start off on 9/11. I didn't know what else to do.
I donated because my teacher talked about having twins, and when they were first born, they needed blood fast, and as a class we came and donated, and it just felt extra special.
But I just love doing it.
I really do like Double Red just from the impact that it can have.
I honestly started because my sister gave blood and I thought she was cool, so I wanted to be like her.
I actually went to school for firefighting and EMT, so I'm very, very familiar with the need. Blood is very important in traumatic situations.
Let's go back to Flight 232. When people lined up for over a block to try to donate, and people, I think, realize when there's an emergency, they're willing to come out, but we could help that cause by being proactive.
You never know if you're going to be the one that needs it as well. So, and I work at a level 2 trauma center, so we know we use quite a bit of blood there, and so anything I can do to help, I try to do that.
You know, you can help someone with a very simple task. And I know it can be daunting to some people, but it's truly a simple task that doesn't take very much.
It's such an easy thing to do and such a simple thing to do, and it really is not a big deal. I think some people, you know, psych themselves out, and a lot of people say, oh, I don't like needles. Well, nobody likes needles, but it's really not painful. It's really not a big deal.
If you don't like needles, don't look at them. But it can really change a person's life like it did with mine.
Well, in 1997, I was diagnosed with brain cancer. I had 2 malignant brain tumors and went through the hardest core chemo drugs at the time. And I'd be constantly getting the transfusions. I said there's probably about a month where none of the blood was mine. It was all transfused blood.
It actually saved Ethan's life when he was born. He was born with meconium aspiration, which means he had his first bowel movement in utero, and he was in the fluid for 24 to 48 hours. When he was about 18 hours old, they decided to put him on ECMO, which is extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. So they had to fill the machine with blood so there'd be enough to circulate both within his body and within the machine. Because all the blood was taken out of his body, oxygenated in this machine, and then put it back into his body for 4.5 days.
In the past, I've had 2 bleeding ulcers. The first one I received 6 pints on, and then the second one in the middle 90s I received 3 pints on, and I figured I should pay it back once I could, so I've been donating ever since, and up to 14 gallons.
We're all gonna fight cancer at some point in our lives, either us personally or somebody very close to us, and I hope that somebody's there for me or for my family as well. So
we give blood, and I give blood, and we do Ava's blood drive donations, so kids don't have to wait, you know, because we know what it was like to sit in that waiting room, waiting in the rooms, just waiting for blood or waiting for platelets and stuff.
I was in a car accident when I was 2.5, and me and my sister both lost a lot of blood, and so we had to receive. I just want to give back to say thank you for donating to me.
The fact that I got so much help from the blood bank at that time, so many transfusions was helped keep me going, helped save my life. It was such a blessing, and that's why I give back now.
Almost 10 years ago, my brother was killed in a car accident, and when they were in the hospital in surgery in the emergency room, the trauma surgeon said that they went through about 55 units of blood, and it wasn't even a question that it was available. It was just there, nothing that we had to worry about. So my goal over these years has been to give back that 55 units.
It's not hard to find your place. You know, there are multiple reasons you may not be able to actually give blood, but even if that's not your place, you know, jumping in and hosting a drive.
It's easy, it's fun, and it's rewarding. It's always good to take part in a good cause, and as a first responder, we see almost on a daily basis the need for people to have blood at our medical facilities.
There has rarely, if ever, been a time where we've come in and volunteered without someone here recognizing us as a volunteer and saying thank you. It makes you feel as if your volunteer work is truly very important.
That's true. One of the things that as a driver sometimes I've found the people in the lab are just as fantastic as the people behind the front desk or wherever it happens to be. When we go to Marshalltown, for example, or Fort Dodge or Sioux City, the people at that center are the same way.
it was totally fine. The process was super fast, and then got yummy treats afterward, which was nice.
This is, I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have skills, so I'll just come and let somebody poke me.